My neighbor's missing daughter keeps leaving notes under my door, but she died 3 years ago. The apartment was cheap because, as my landlord casually put it, people don't stay long. I thought he meant the traffic noise. It wasn't the traffic. On my first night, I heard muffled crying through the thin walls. Not adult sobbing, small, hiccuping wails. I pressed my ear to the plaster. It came from next door, apartment 3B, the only one with a wreath of dead, brittle flowers hanging on the door. The next morning, a folded scrap of paper lay under my door. It was written in shaky crayon. "Can you help me get out?" He locked me in again. The letters were big and uneven, like a child's. I figured some neighborhood kid was pulling a prank. I tossed it on the counter and went to work, trying to ignore how the word again stuck in my head. That night, the crying started earlier. Another note slid under the door, slow enough that I saw the edge move. I yanked the door open. Empty hallway. This note was shorter. "Why did you move here?" "You said you never would." My lungs squeezed. Years ago, when I was a kid, I told a friend I'd never live in apartments because they feel like stacked coffins. It was something I'd said once, in a different city, in a house that burned down. No one alive should know that. The next day, I finally knocked on 3B. A tired-looking woman opened, eyes swollen, a photo clutched in her hand. An 8-year-old girl in a yellow raincoat smiled up at me from the glossy picture. "This is Mia," she whispered. "My daughter. She's gone." She didn't say missing. She said gone. On her coffee table lay a pile of old drawings, crayon messages, wobbly hearts, a little girl in a yellow raincoat, over and over. The handwriting was identical to the notes under my door. "Mia died 3 years ago," she said, "in this building." That night, I triple-locked my door. Around 2 a.m., paper rasped against the floor. My stomach dropped. I watched a note push itself under the door. Slow, deliberate. My hands shook as I picked it up. "You're in my room. Don't look in the closet. He's still hungry." The closet door behind me creaked open, even though I hadn't moved.